You played on an excellent Chicago team that had a couple high-scoring against you losses in the old building a few years ago. What can you tell me about the mentality needed to bounce back from a game where you give up so many goals?
Yeah, well, it's just move on to the next one. It's what you got to do. I mean, no time to waste. We got a good team, good challenge against Phoenix, Arizona tonight. So we try to learn what we can from last game and bring it into this game.
Is there I don't know if it's a skill, like a learned skill, or just something you guys are used to that you don't overreact to one result like that?
Well, I think for the most part we've been doing a lot better job, staying connected and playing as a five-man unit out there, being better defensively. And last game wasn't the case, obviously. So you try to learn the mistakes and the reasoning behind it, but move forward as quick as we can and be better off for it, hopefully.
Duncan, the first 21 games with Jay, you guys were 1.7 5-on-5 goals against, which is very good and significantly lower than you were earlier. And then obviously last night's maybe an outlier a bit. What did you notice defensively as being the change amongst the group for you guys to be that much better 5-on-5 surrendering goals?
Well, it's a mindset to begin with, first and foremost. So I think everything goes off of that. The mindset that we have a check first mentality, and we want to keep puck out of our net. When we do that, we end up creating some offense, and we know we got guys that can put the puck in the net.
Scoring chances off the rush is probably the one area that's been the biggest improvement for your team. You've played a lot of different systems or style. Just the tweak that Jay and Dave brought in, why has it worked for you guys to limit the scoring chances off the rush so much? What's the difference you notice from playing it?
Well, I think there's been a commitment from our forwards, back pressure, and when that happens, we're, as defensemen, allowed to have a good gap and step up and keep the puck out of our end. So, like everybody working together, all five guys out there committed to playing hard both ways.
How crazy was it on Saturday when the puck's just going in at both ends of the rink all night long? Like, what's it like playing in that game?
Well, it's I'm sure it's entertaining for the fans and whatnot, but as a player, you kind of want to do your best to try to stabilize the situation for our sake as best as we can. So, sometimes games like that happen. I don't think Calgary was necessarily, probably happy with the way they played the first few periods, but we know that we got to be a lot better, especially against a team like Calgary.
So you bring that into tonight then. You try to flush the last game and you don't dwell on it, I get that. But what are the things that you want to focus on? You get a new opponent tonight, a chance to put the train back on the tracks here. What do what's the main trying to do?
Just the things that we've been talking about since Jay's been here and Mance, being direct, being smart with the puck and working hard when we don't have the puck coming back to our own end. So there's dangerous areas on the ice. It doesn't change game to game. The ice is the same. So just respecting those areas and being hard in them.
Duncan, you've played a bit now with Evan Bouchard. Obviously, there's some mentorship that's taken place. I don't know if you see it that way, but just a thought on how you think that's going.
I think it's been pretty good, actually, for the most part. There's tendencies there that we got to continue to work together and develop that chemistry. I think just reads, but I think it's been a good work in progress here. I think our breakouts have been okay, but it's we still need to keep getting better, and we got a lot of room for improvement, and we've been talking and working on those things, and it's just one game at a time, and hasn't been that long really, so we got to continue to get better.
He's a bigger guy. He's not super physical. He's a cerebral player. You're not the biggest defenseman, but you were a guy that understood gamesmanship. Can you help him out? Is that something, or does it have to come from inside in terms of that willingness at times to maybe do some things just to buy yourself a little bit more space out there?
Well, I think everybody's kind of their own player, so You know, there's certain things you try to learn from one another, and I can take from him, he can take from me maybe, and I think that's probably a good partnership. So, but the biggest thing is communicating on the ice and when we're out there, and especially off the ice, talking about plays. And I think the more we do that and the more we play with each other, the more comfortable we can be together.
I was just curious, Duncan, in terms of what you can learn 17 years into the game from a guy like Dave Manson. You know, he's got a presence, obviously. I'm sure you heard some terrific stories from his days in Chicago. What can you pick up from him at this stage of your career where most people would think you pretty much know all there is to know?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like the mindset that he brings every day. I think we all saw what type of player he was, and you know, that's a commitment and a determination, and you know, I feel like over the course of my career, I've fed off of that type of mindset from other guys, and you know, I think that it's been huge for our team and our defense core.